As well, watching Chris's forecast, we are seeing a lot of pink over the Charlotte area this weekend.
But what does that really mean, and why don't we know exactly what's to come? Chris Mulcahy is here to raise our weather IQ.
Oh no, green means rain, and these whites and blues mean snow. But what about the pink? It's a pretty color, but it represents winter's chaos. Let's raise that weather IQ. The pink color means mixed precipitation. In other words, the atmosphere can't decide what kind of winter weather it wants to bring, because it's the division between freezing air across multiple layers above our heads. Here's what's happening. Snow is falling miles up high in the clouds. But in the pink, this division between warmer and freezing air is inconsistent. There's a warm layer 2,000 to 10,000 feet up. That's either going to melt or partially melt that snowflake before it drops into freezing temperatures at the surface, where one of three things will happen. First, the most dangerous, freezing rain. That snowflake we mentioned melts into a super cool water droplet that instantly turns to ice once it hits that freezing surface. Depending on how much freezing rain falls, it can cover everything. A quarter inch of ice can make it tough to stop, but a half inch of freezing rain is crippling. Power outages could last for days. This can shut down a city, causing roads to be impassable. This is by far winter's most dangerous weapon. Second, sleet. That snowflake falls into the warmer air and only partially melts. It refreezes before it hits the surface into a tiny ice pellet. It still can make travel dangerous if you get enough of it, but it has a similar impact to a few inches of snow. And third, if that pink is a thin line, you can have a rain-snow mix, falling together or alternating between rain and snow. So pink on the radar often causes more accidents than snow because snow looks dangerous. People often underestimate ice, which a reminder, it's always worse on elevated surfaces like bridges and overpasses. Wishing you safe travels, I'm meteorologist Chris Mulcahy.